And this morning, I have a special guest with me. This is our middle child, our second oldest daughter. Her name is Chloe Jean Bond, affectionately known as Chloe Bear from family members and close friends. And the reason she got that nickname is because she can be as cuddly as a teddy bear, but as fierce as a grizzly bear. And we appreciate her. We appreciate her personality. And I really appreciate this moment because in this moment, as we speak, Chloe is overcoming a fear of hers. Like her daddy, she's more of an introvert. And she does not like being in front of people. So this is a big deal for her this morning. A little bit about Chloe. Chloe loves dogs, especially puppy dogs. She loves all things blue. Her favorite color is blue. And she absolutely loves soccer. In fact, soccer is the only thing Chloe really feels comfortable having other people watch her do it. She doesn't like other people watching other things. Like this moment is a struggle for her, but she is so confident on that soccer field. And the communications team, they had asked me, would one of your kids be interested in coming up, helping you start your sermon and tying in something for the kids? And I said, yeah. And I used this illustration last week at St. Charles campus, part of the story I'm going to share with you in just a moment. It would be easy for me to get Michaela and Owen, my other two kids, up here. They would come up here all day. In fact, they ask me all the time, Dad, when's the next time you're going to be on stage? Can you bring me? Chloe, not so much. So they asked, and I said, man, if I could get Chloe to do this, one, it would be a miracle, but two, it would make her story more powerful if she could be up here with me and doing it. So we had talked. I told her to pray about it, and she did. And I had a deadline of Wednesday afternoon. I needed to know, and I hated to put a deadline on it, but we needed a decision. So I ended up calling Chloe down. We went into my wife and I's bedroom. We sat on the bed, and I asked her just how she was feeling. And with confidence, she said, Dad, I'll do it. So I am going to share this story with Chloe's permission. It was during a soccer game, and doing what she loved and what she was super confident in. And at some point in the game, I forget exactly when it was, but I noticed her demeanor completely shifted. A loss of confidence and tears followed. So she's on the field. I can see her starting to tear up. And I'm just hoping that the coach will notice and get her a sub. And sure enough, the coach did. And both of her coaches kind of knew of the situation and some of her struggles with anxiety. And they pulled her off, and they were able to talk to her, but they weren't able to calm her down. So the coach got my attention on the other side of the field, and I met Chloe about halfway, and we were on the sidelines, and we started to talk. And as a dad, I want nothing more than for her to succeed and for her to overcome and for her to get back there, not just on the sideline, but back in the game. But I knew with her, I could not push her hard. So I tried thinking of everything in the book, any coaching skills I had, any encouragement I had, it was overflowing in that moment. And I remember, your team needs you, your coach needs you. What would Alex Morgan do? Because Alex Morgan is her favorite U.S. women's national team player. And she started to calm down, but she wasn't ready yet to go back to the bench and definitely not ready to go into the game. Shortly after that, she just looked at me and said, Dad, will you just pray with me? I said, Pastor Dad, why didn't I think of that? So we sat there on the sideline. I was down at her level, and we prayed. And in that moment, her spirit swelled up with confidence, and she was able not just to return to the sideline with her teammates, but she got back in the game, and she finished well. And she ultimately overcame that fear and that anxiety in that moment through the power of the Holy Spirit working inside of her. So Chloe, that day when you got back on the field was probably one of the proudest moments of your daddy's life when it comes to our relationship. Today, as you sit here facing a fear, sitting in front of all these people is another proud moment. You are courageous. Your faith has helped encourage my faith and help me grow in my own faith. And I love you. I'm thankful for you. You are a fierce competitor, and I appreciate you coming and being with me this morning and being vulnerable and sharing your story, not just with the adults in the room, but also the kids. So if you're watching online, and even if you're here in the room, here's what we'd like you to do. Here's what Chloe and I are going to ask of you. Would you mind going back to this message on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, and dropping a comment in? How have you overcome? Whether it's overcoming some sort of opposition or overcoming some sort of fear, we want to hear that. We want to hear that from the adults who are willing to share. We definitely want to hear it from the kids who are willing to share. So if you're at home, if you're with your parents, be thinking about something you could share. We had a couple share last night during the Saturday night service, and as soon as we hit the car to leave the church last night, Chloe goes, "Hey, Dad, did anybody comment? Did anybody share their story?" And sure enough, somebody did, and we read it together, and we were both blessed by that. So I hope you were blessed by her story. Will y'all give her a hand as she was willing to come and share with you this morning? Awesome. Thank you, Chloe. You can head back there.